Hey, what's up, what's up? Let me cut this Bluetooth off. Alright, what's up? Welcome to Spiritual X-Men Experiences. We're going to do a collective read. Let's see what's going on with the collective. Haven't done one of these in quite some time. Alright, Spirit, only allow the divine only to come on through. Meditating, I felt release. I feel like there's definitely a lot of releasing, a lot of renewal of energies, a lot of feeling new. It was a really nice, cool, cleansing sensation. Just like that feeling you get when you first step out the shower. That so fresh and so clean. Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. But like a calm. It's heightened awareness with a calming, soothing sensation. Like I feel like a lot of people are coming into peace, not just with their environments, not just spiritually, but like in everything all around. You know, their authentic selves, family, friends, but their truth. You know, definitely living in their truth. And it's like yes, you know. Yeah, I'm downtown, so I'll be seeing a few people just kind of out here chilling. Alright, let's go see what's going on. Let's see what's popping. Alright, Spirit, what we have for the collective? What we have for the collective going on? Let me speak up. This traffic's starting to pick up. What we have for the collective? Spirit, what's going on for the collective? Any messages for the collective? So we have the giveaway and the tree of life. Came out together. The giveaway. Like I said, definitely a renewal in of course when I want to do a reading and everything, want to get all out. Definitely a sense of renewal, a sense of newness, peace, happy, just content. Literally like feeling like just light, pure light just flowing down. I'm getting abundance. Being open, sharing, loving, nurturing. A nurturing, healing sensation. Like there's one more. I feel like this definitely came after a moment of reflection. Because it's number 23, so there's definitely after a moment of reflection and just reflecting on internally. Oh, I like that these cards came out reversed. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know what that was about. I'm focused on y'all. But after some deep introspection, after some reflecting, for like a sense of review and analyzing and just coming into oneness with oneself, combining the masculine and feminine twins that we have within ourselves, because first and essentially the twin flame journey is about healing the divine masculine, the divine feminine within us. It in any type of change, any type of radical transition, even the smallest adjustments start with ourselves. you know Lead by example, so to speak, for a better analogy. But really coming into oneness with oneself, and being able to embrace the fact that we are spiritual beings, and taking spirituality with what we see in everyday life, in reality, in the 3D, and however way you want to put it, in the matrix, depending on your perspective on things, and as well as your higher self, your physical self, and your soul, and that being the Trinity, mind, body, soul, and being able to really focus on the different aspects of the Trinity within ourselves, and reflecting on that, and seeing what it is that we need to improve, seeing what it is we need to change that is in alignment for us, as well as listening to those of others, and taking what we do gather from the knowledge and wisdom that is given to us from others, the good, the bad, the ugly, the in between, and the awesomes, and really, and really taking that and being able to transform into something new, into something beautiful, and taking what does align with us and does resonate with us, and using it as a form of motivation, a form of self-healing, a form of inspiration, wisdom, knowledge, guidance, and being able to pursue that wholeness within ourselves. With 23 is change, because 2 plus 3, 5. 5 is change. But also, what am I getting? Y'all know I grew up Christian, so those of you who went to Baptist church, give and I'll give it back to you. Give and I'll give it back to you. Pressed down, shaken together, run it over. Back into measure, I'll give it back to you. Well, they used to actually sing that song. Anytime we hear that song, then the choir starts singing, we know it's offering time. It's offering time, and now it's Lord, yes it is. It's offering time. and then here comes a little collection plate. I was an usher too, so I had to go, and yeah, that was actually fun for me. But yeah, growing up in church, we were taught to, the offering was given to God, and whatever it is that we give will come back to us tenfold, and it's taking that and applying that outside of religion as well, and on a spiritual sense, on a energetic sense, or just time run. the car. And you know, and they ain't gonna like. And is be applying that in day-to-day life. You know, what we do put out, it does come back. And being more aware of what we are putting out, the energy, you know, our presence, our persona, how it is that we are coming across, you know, to other people, whether, you know, the people are, you know, because, you know, there's people out there who are, you know, cynical. You know, there are people that are going to, you know, be against us. And by all means, it's not the fact that, you know, they're bad people or horrible people or anything like that. You know, everybody has a role to play in our life, you know, whether it's a complete stranger or your best friend or family. You know, it's, you know, we are all each other's change agents in some way, some shape, some form. You know, not necessarily a change has to be like, oh, well, I have to, you know, change something about myself. You know, it could be a change as far as, you know, just a source of extra motivation, a source of extra inspiration, wisdom, guidance, knowledge. And, you know, we all play those various roles daily in everybody's lives. Like I had actually put out a video um, speaking about this relation to relations, and it just shows that, you know, how we are all connected, and the fact that, you know, we could be walking down the street and we could be kind of in a bad mood, and somebody is walking down the street and they're just having their headphones on and just jamming to their favorite song. And, you know, just their energy of them being in the energy of what it is that they're doing actually uplift us and makes us feel better. You know, and they had no idea, you know, they wasn't out there doing it intentionally to, you know, make other people, you know, feel good. You know, they were feeling good, and that energy was so exuberant at the fact that, you know, we were affected by it. And, you know, just think about that. You know, we could be walking down the street and we could unintentionally impact somebody else's life, you know, whether it is we're feeling down or whether we're feeling good about ourselves. You know, the thing about driving in traffic, you know, everybody's, you know, having in a traffic jam, and, you know, you see people that are, you know, obviously frustrated. You know, we could allow that to affect us, and now we're frustrated, and, you know, that's gonna make the next person. Or, you know, you could be sitting there. I was in a traffic jam one time, and the dude was actually going the other way on the other side. I had him look over, and he was singing this song. I was just looking over there. He was like, yeah, I was like, that's the cut. You know, we actually had a little 5-minute conversation until our lights changed, and, you know, we went about our day. But that was an impact, you know. And, you know, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. So it's things like that, and as well as, you know, what we do in our professions. You know, I mean, it can go in various aspects of our lives, but I definitely feel like a sense of calmness, peace, renewal, just being able to breathe, like waiting the exhales coming to my head, like at the end of the movie, and she just like finally, like it's kind of like that, like, man, I don't know what it was that I came out of, but I know I came out of something. And, you know, I of course we're going to have more things that come into our lives, you know, more mountains to climb, more um, obstacles to get around and move. But it's just getting to that place like, yes, you know, and feeling content and at peace and happy and grateful and humble for everything that is around. And just for the smallest of things, of just feeling that sensation of just, even if everything else may or may not be working, but the fact that you're like, you know what, it's coming though. And just feeling at peace with that, like, amazing card. 14 minutes on one card. All right, moving on. We have the Tree of Life. The Tree of Life. The circle of life, and it moves us all. Oh yeah. Oh, I never noticed this whole bunch of butterflies. Okay, so the roots in this tree are really pull my attention, and the butterflies. Definitely a lot of transformations, a lot of evolving, a lot of growth. A lot of blossoming, blooming, coming into oneself, coming into the thing, the seeds that have been planted, and they're starting to take root and grow roots as well as ourselves. We are becoming an immovable force and an immovable object, uh, a strong network of support and for ourselves first and foremost, which then allows us to become that for our surroundings, whatever that may be in whatever aspect of life you're applying this to. Yeah, very strong, stable, sturdy, full of growth, full of love, like the green. Definitely some heart chakras. Heart chakras are really, but no, look at the butterflies. Like I really never noticed that. But oh yeah, emotions. Is that a picture of a lion? Okay, it looks like a lion. Okay, now I'm seeing a koala. Oh, that's cool. Okay, I don't know what the spiritual meaning of a koala and lion, and yeah. Well, Leo strength. Ah, okay. Yeah, it took a lot of strength to be able to plant these seeds, plant these roots, and let those roots grow deep down into the earth to get that stability, to get that foundation, a good, strong, sturdy, stable foundation. Like, look at those tree roots. That tree ain't going nowhere. Not, it ain't going nowhere. It ain't going nowhere. Like, does this remind you of the tree from Avatar? Like, it reminds me of the tree from Avatar. Oh yeah, like the collective like is weaving together seamlessly, endlessly, and we're all evolving and growing and flourishing. And these are various roots, and they come together to form one, well, two intertwined trees, which oh, that's cool. The masculine and the feminine within ourselves and amongst us whole as a collective. And man, that's hot. That's hot. And really intertwining, really coming together. That's what's up. Okay, oh, that was 58. So yeah, definitely some changes that took place, and an infinite amount of abundance is possible. Seeing a plethora of opportunities and abundance, and what it is that we really can do, and just being able to look at what it is that we planted and how it has grown and flourished, and the possibilities are literally endless. And that number being 13, 1 plus 4, that's a stable foundation right there. Hey, next we have Wild Woman in reverse. Now I'm getting two messages from this. The first one is the fact that instead of just being completely wild and free and just just doing what it is that we want to do whenever we want to do. That from that egotistical standpoint, from a little bit of a more lower vibration, that has changed, that has shifted, that is changing, that is shifting, and being a little bit more tamed. Yeah, we're all here to do what it is that we want to do, that we feel like we want to do, that we should do, and being able to be wild and free, and just it's my party, not cry if I want to, and just do whatever it is that we want to do. But also at the same time, we do have to have a sense of tameness about it, a sense of structure, order, within ourselves, a sense of control. It's gaining control over ourselves, and I see it in my head and I feel it. I'm trying to interpret how it needs to come out. Okay, getting rid of the pure instinctual animalistic nature that we do have within us. That fight or flight instinct, and taming that. And then what I'm also getting is that some of us are still are coming out of that and knowing when to hold back and when to just completely let loose and be free. A lot of us, some of us are still, a little shy, a little timid is what I'm getting. A little knowing, being aware of the fact that we have gifts, we have abilities, that we have talents, skills that not only is resourceful for us, but is resourceful for others, can help others, can heal and improve the life and well-being of others. But being a little more timid, a little shy, and that's of course, when I first started doing videos, you guys go back and even watch like the very first video I uploaded and look at the ones now, you'll be like, oh yeah, it was definitely a change, because it is nerve-wracking, and it seems weird because it's like, okay, well, it's just you recording, like there's nobody around. But the fact that I know that it's going to be on YouTube for literally the world to see, that is a bit intimidating. So it does take time, but also I'm getting, it's a little bit of hesitation as far as, well, what are others going to think? What are others going to perceive me as? How is this going to affect my life? I've been comfortable in living my life the way that it is, and now that I had this awakening and this growth and everything, I'm supposed to just get out here and fly. Like, hold on, wait a minute, what's the temperature out there? Like, what's the wind chill factor? Like, is the wind gusty, or is it a nice breeze? Like, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Even some of the most seasoned of entertainers, still get stage fright. I've watched plenty documentaries and interviews, and was surprised at some of the people who said that they still get stage fright, or they're a little anxious before they get on stage or do whatever it is that they do. And it's just like, oh wow, you've been doing this for years. So, but it's also still humbling just know that, like, every time that it is that they do whatever it is that they love, that obviously that they know that they're good at and have a very successful career at, that it still feels so surreal and new that they still get a little bit of stage fright. So it's not necessarily anything that, if it's something that's for you, it's not something that necessarily completely goes away. We just learn how to control it and be able to move past it. So yes, you're in that category. Wild woman, let that wild woman go free. All right, and that was 62. Oh, hey, six. Balance, definitely a balance. I love it. And it's definitely a balance within that, knowing when to be more control and knowing when to be more free. There's a time and place for everything. Some situations and circumstances and opportunities, or environments, we're just supposed to let loose and be free. And then there's other ones where you have to be a little bit more controlled. Find that good balance between the two. And that took a lot of introspection, a lot of internal healing and internal growth and change, and regardless of where it is that we do get our help from, our knowledge from, our guidance from, it know that it takes a lot of strength to recognize first, acknowledge and recognize what we feel is within us that we do need to change, and then actually doing that change, actually applying, even attempting. It's been plenty of times we didn't attempt it too. Okay, well, yeah, I'm gonna do this, and don't necessarily succeed, but definitely give ourselves some credit. That we should definitely give ourselves some credit, but like, I'm trying, at least, I tried it, it might not work the first time, might not work the second time, hey, it might not even work the 25th time, but dang it, obviously it's going to take when it's ready to take. and it's being gentle and loving and nurturing and caring with yourself, and giving yourself even a little bit of credit, that the fact that it's even acknowledged, even if we haven't take that step to change or transform, even that step in acknowledging, because we could have became aware of it and been enlightened, whether it's through ourselves or through our, environment, with other people or whatever the case may be. But could have just been like, but really acknowledging it and be like, okay, I'll keep that in the back of my head. That's more than what some other people do. There are people out there that you see and like, well, dang, I didn't tell them this, everybody told them that, and they just keep doing, so it's a step in the right direction, and that's what's up. The first step is always the hardest, but and that's in any level. So of course, just because we're getting to a point where everything is changing, that it's just going to get easier. No, any type of growth is new. It's okay. Why is matrimony about Wale? Matrimony just came to my head. The part where Seinfeld was talking about that. Growth isn't, what she said is 100% true. Growth isn't anything that you can be prepared for. It's new. It's growth. You don't know how things are going to play out at the end of it. You just have this urge to change, to transform, to do something new, to become something better, and not for anything outside of ourselves. Especially being on a twin flame or soulmate journey, or even a self-improvement journey, or losing weight, or whatever type of journey it is that you're on, and doing it for acknowledgement or accreditation or a sense of credit and congratulations outside of ourselves. It of course, that could be the carrot that's placed in front of us, that's there for motivation to get us to take that change and change the step. By all means, some stuff, just us being that motivational factor, hey, sometimes it's not enough. Sometimes we do need that extra to get us to, move and really take a step in that direction. But it's then, getting through it and be like, even if we don't realize, and we kind of have to be, told, like, well, I won't necessarily say told, but become aware, like, yeah, you really do it for yourself. Like, I really should do this for myself. I shouldn't be out here trying to lose weight just specifically so I could fit into this particular dress, or to have this beach body, so then, I don't feel, insecure or self-conscious, going outside. Nah, I do this for me, because you know what, dang it, I deserve it. I deserve to look good for me, so I can look in the mirror and look at myself and go, yeah, I did that, and I look good. It's true. For admiration of myself, It's true. Go ahead and stand in the mirror and just take a couple poses, And then, but you're gonna feel better, even more better, the fact that, man, I did it for myself. And then on top of that, we're more inclined to keep it up, to keep it going, and to continue, because it is for us. It's not for something else outside of ourselves, because if that something else outside of ourselves decides to stop or no longer be there, so is that motivational factor to continue on that path. So it's getting to a place and be like, you know what, this is essentially for me. Why? Because it's my life. It's affecting me somehow, some way, some shape, some form. I'm taking time out to do this. Okay, I just seen the moth, and now Janet Jackson's moth to That's the Way Love Goes just popped in my head. Oh, well, that makes sense, because the next card. Okay, but 62, that equals 8. And so with that, basically rounded up, that brings an infinite number of possibilities, an infinite number of opportunities and perspectives and mindsets and anything and everything. Because when we do something for us, we literally can do anything. You know how when you're in the first grade and your teacher tell you could be anything you want? Like, it brings us back to that, and be like, man, you know what? I can be and do anything I want, dang it. We need a little energy that could. Yes, I can. We need a Sherman Club. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Shoot, Now the next card is the Beloved. So now I'm analyzing the song. That's the way love goes. That's the way love goes. It goes, it goes, it goes, it goes. Okay, like a moth to a flame, burned by the fire. My love is blind, can't you see my desire? I'm gonna have to listen to it. That makes sense. Okay, since we talk about ourselves, the love, being the beloved to yourself, and of course, God, source, spirit, guide. Being the beloved to yourself, being that person that you truly love, that we truly love every time we look in the mirror, and truly loving ourselves and loving who it is that we are, flaws and all, in our authentic selves. And the only reason why something's called a flaw is because somebody else feels as if it's a flaw. So for us, it's it's you, it's me, shoot, and I'm getting the song by Mary J. Blige, "Take Me As I Am," but applying that song and the words to it to ourselves. We have to accept who it is that we are right here in this very moment. Yeah, it might be something about us like, man, you know what? The only reason why we might feel like, yeah, that's a flaw of mine, is a combination of how it is that we feel and with the external as well, and combine it, and we have internalized it, yeah, that's something that I may need to change, or that might be something that, a little self-conscious about, or have a little bit of insecurity about, or worry or doubt or fear or animosity, or whatever the case may be. That's essentially all a flaw really truly is. But still being able, no matter what, I still love me, I still love myself at the end of the day. Even regardless of who it is you lay down next to. When it's time to go to sleep, that person's asleep. They sleep. They knocked out. So loving who it is that we are is most important, because at the end of the day, we are in our bodies. We are in our minds. We are in our emotions and thoughts and feelings. And, we have to live our lives individually, independently, separate from whomever it is that we share our lives with, and is really loving us for us, loving ourselves for ourselves, and being united in one with being in love with yourself, so to speak, and not in an egotistical, conceited type of way, but truly being in love with ourselves. Because, and not only, just for a sense of loving ourselves, but truly being in love with ourselves for us. Because then that allows us to truly be able to be in love with another and choose to stay in love with another person. But it essentially starts with us, because, we all have something that is either annoying, something that is irritating, something that, somebody else is going to perceive as other than positive. And it's even still knowing that, being comfortable with that and within ourselves, and then finding somebody else that's essentially comfortable with that as well, even though it might annoy the hell out of them too, but because nobody's perfect, and it's accepting somebody else is just taking, like, okay, you know what, that stuff annoys me, but picking out the plethora of people, opportunities, chances, whatever this may be applying in your life, and like, okay, but you know what, I can live with these, I can live with that, I can live with this, because not everything is going to be peachy rainbows and butterflies. Like, even in, dream jobs, like, I'm sure the people who are NBA stars that truly love basketball, let's say Michael Jordan, we watched a documentary on this man, we know he loves basketball, absolutely loves basketball. Even he got to a point and was like, let me switch it up and try something new, and went out for baseball and golf. Even I'm sure he got to a point where he was like, you know what? I don't like doing 200 squats a day. I don't know nobody that likes doing suicides. I done played basketball. I don't know not near a person that like doing suicides. But it's still worth it. Like man, it comes with the territory, but I really don't like doing suicides. I don't like doing squats. But you know what? It's worth being able to play in the game. And it comes in handy, because now I'm not out of breath or running up and down the court. It's there for a reason. It's there to build, to make you stronger, to give more endurance. And it just works. I use basketball. I use basketball. For those who aren't really into sports, a suicide is basically where you take the gym and you run to one point and then you run back. And then you run past that point to another point, and then you run back to the start. And then you run about halfway to the middle of the gym, and then you run all the way back to the start. And then you run all the way up about 3/4 of the way, and then you run back. And then you run all the way to the end, and then you run back. And that's one. Yeah. That's one. So your coach come on and be like, yeah, we're going to do 20 suicides. So what happened now? Man, you know what? My stomach ain't feeling too good. But this coming into finding, being in love, that true, essential, pure, honest to goodness love for ourselves. That's the energy that we're giving ourselves. That's also the energy that we're putting out to everything and everybody else around us. A place from love, a place of love. Everything should come from love, because that's the only thing that's real. That's the only thing that's real. And no, I'm not talking about, I've been in love and it didn't, then it wasn't love. That's passion, because true love doesn't stop. It doesn't end. We hear stories all the time of, people being 80 something years old and getting remarried, and their partner dies, but and them still being in love with their first love, but still being comfortable and able to move on and remarry, and their spouse being comfortable and secure in the relationship, that they still love that person. That's love. Just because they're gone doesn't mean that they no longer love that person. But they are going to continue to live their life and not miss out on another opportunity to love, because they do still love the previous partner. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. Even if that person is still alive, there is nothing. I've met people who, let's say, one party, like, well, how can you, still love that person? Well, it's not the fact that, you're in love anymore. It's just the fact that but my love was real. I was in love with them at a point, but, I still have love for them, just as far as, because mine was real. I'm not in love. There's a complete difference between being in love and loving. Because I completely understand, for others it is hard in a way to move on from, people who we may feel like we should have been together, that should have been our forever ever and our happily ever after. And getting our heart broken. The reason why our heart was broken in the first place is because our love was truly real. But still being able to release that, move on, heal, and being okay with, like, yeah, I love that person. I'm like, yeah, I have love with them. I have love for them. Now, it doesn't mean, come later on, like, oh, well, hey, you're in a relationship or even being single, and they come back later on. It's like, no, I got love for you, but that doesn't mean I have to be with you. You could definitely love from afar. And it's being able to do just that, loving from afar, if that's what's in your if that's what's good for you, if that's what your soul is telling you, because a lot of people feel that moving on is, oh, well, you have to not like that person. That's not what a breakup or moving on all the time is. It's because, for one, we should have love for everything and everybody, just because everything and everybody deserves love. We all deserve love. We all deserve love. Are we all gonna find that perfect fairy tale love? Maybe not. It's not my place at all to be like yes or no. That completely depends on each and every single last one of us individually. That's nothing really anybody can say or tell that, oh yes, you're going to get that like, it's because it's essentially up to you. It's essentially up to us. Like, I can go back to the same reading. I can go watch a reading tonight and then watch it in the morning and get a completely different outlook depending on my energy at that time. So even though we might watch something right then and there, it may be something that comes up or comes out later on. that we either didn't notice, or we're taking that message in a completely different way, because the energy changes, energy shifts. The only thing that is constant is change. Oh, I'm sorry, I got a pop-up message. I was being nosy. I was surprised. It took me by surprise for a quick sec. Okay. But yeah, I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with loving them far, regardless of what people say. But go, well, you're crazy, are you? Well, no, because everything and everybody deserves love. Everything and everybody and everyone, because we are essentially, everything deserves love, because love is the only thing that's real. But another thing that getting from this though, is that there could be some opportunities coming up for some love from the outside, not just from yourself. But that's because that's the energy that we are putting out. Is that frequency of love for ourselves. So then what are we going to attract? Love for ourselves. See how that worked? By us having love for ourselves, we are putting out the energy and frequency of love for ourselves. So then we're going to get love for ourselves. Okay. Y'all know I'm goofy. And it's 5. That's changes. So could be some changes coming in with love life. Changes coming in on how we love ourselves and view ourselves. However it applies in your life. Okay, the next 2 cards, I'm getting these to come out together, is Thunder and the Serpent. So definitely some storms and lower energies have definitely been reversed, have definitely been taken out, has definitely been transmuted, transformed. He was like, not today, Satan. Not today. Not today, not tomorrow. Look, I'm gonna get Mary shackles. Got shackles on my feet so I can dance. Just wanna praise you. I just wanna praise you. Shackles off my feet. Oh. It makes me wanna stomp. Makes me clap my hands. Makes me wanna dance. Okay. Stomp. Okay. But yeah, definitely coming into a sense of clear, a sense of renewal, feeling strong, feeling confident, coming through the storm. I never would have made it. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. No sunshine has gone, and I'm all cried out. There's no more rain in these clouds. Okay, yeah, so many songs. But definitely coming into a sense of clear, seeing the stars. Now I'm getting all the stars by The Weeknd. Listen to that song, because that song is really standing out. There's might be something in there for you. And the serpent coming out in reverse. What I'm getting from that is the fact that coming from out of the underworld, out of the lower world, definitely getting Scorpio energy. And Scorpio, that zodiac sign, represents rebirth, change, transformation. So definitely have went through a rebirth, a transformation, because coming out of the storm allowed us to come into a rebirth, a transformation. 49 minutes. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and man, I'm planning on be 49 minutes, but I'm gonna go ahead and just leave that there and see what's popping off with the collective tomorrow. I'm about to start my car so the batteries don't, got the lights on and stuff. Ain't trying to get a jump. I hope everybody all right. I don't like seeing ambulance. I always say that. I hope everybody all right. But, you know, sometimes it's just protocol, you know, for fire trucks and ambulance to come on at the scene. Literally, you call 911, like, it's literally like a protocol. I actually asked somebody one time. No, it was a random conversation, and I was just like, oh yeah, we were standing around talking. I was like, oh, I hope everybody's all right. And it was like, yeah, sometimes it's protocol. I don't know why I'm shuffling. So we have lightning. Now I'm getting Magic Dragons, thunder. The lightning before the thunder, 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 to the thunder, lightning and the thunder. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna get up and get up out of here. Feel free to like, share, subscribe. I'm gonna check in with y'all tomorrow. All right, y'all. Peace.